Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing your weekly review for this week's episode of Better Call Saul Season 3. This is for episode 6. It's called Off Brand. Spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen this episode yet, you definitely want to watch it before you watch this review. Oh man, this one was so funny. So let's go over it right away. Off Brand, the final advertisement tape, just absolutely hilarious. The guy at the station said he's never seen so many Star Swipes, the colors and everything. Call me now. It's just, oh my god, it's so funny. So I really love the promo at the end. I love Kim's reaction to it. It's like, who is this guy? He's got a lot of energy. So, oh man, I'd laugh. So I'm still laughing from the just the commercial at the end, because that is so funny. I mean, there's certain parts of Better Call Saul that are really, really funny, and I think that's one of the things about Vince Gilligan's work with Breaking Bad, where you have, it's dark, of course, too. You have a lot of the drama, but sometimes they really mix in this just classic comedy that just works so well. It's just such, oh my god, it's so funny. Just this really dark comedy, and oh god, the commercial at the end is fantastic. I love when he's asking them to say it, and then the one guy is just sitting there like that. He's like, never mind, I'm not going to ask him to do it. So let's go over the description of the episode. Fantastic, Off Brand. So it says, after being forced by Hector to beat one of his dealers for coming up short, Nacho begins to grow disillusioned. Jimmy is given only a year's suspension in the aftermath of his battle with Chuck. Afterwards, while he and Kim celebrate, Rebecca asks Jimmy to help with Chuck, who has shuttered himself in his home, but Jimmy refuses. So let's give ourselves in that part. I mean, give our thoughts on that part. Obviously, he's not going to go to Chuck's house again, I think, at this point. I don't think it would make any sense for him to do so after all the trouble he got himself into last time he went there. So, I mean, for that one, I'm totally on Jimmy's side. Of course, he's not going to want to go back, even if Rebecca kind of wants him to. So, no longer calling Chuck his brother. Chuck later admits later admits Howard into his home. Howard suggests to Chuck that he forget about Jimmy and look to the future, which Chuck appears to agree to. However, Chuck is later seen walking through the streets of Albuquerque, dialing Dr. Cruz, the doctor who diagnosed his condition, over a payphone. Mike bonds further with Stacy, which is really funny as well, too, when he's going through and he's got, like, you know, the split space blankets on and everything. Mike bonds further with Stacy as part of Gus's agreement with Hector. Gus's men hand over a portion of his smuggled drugs to Nacho, who insists on taking one more package than was agreed to. Gus orders his henchmen to allow Nacho to take the extra portion as he is scouting a commercial laundry with Lydia. That was a really cool reveal right there, too, and we got to see Lydia show up out of nowhere. When I saw it, I was like, what? Because I hadn't even thought about Lydia since, like season 5, the final season of Breaking Bad, which was really cool. And it's kind of like Gus is like this linchpin for all this Breaking Bad stuff to start happening. Like, throughout a lot of the series so far, a lot of it's been so focused on Jimmy and kind of the Saul part, which we're still seeing too. But I really feel like adding Gus in there has made kind of the Breaking Bad side of things so much more exciting in Better Call Saul, where we're seeing the cartel, we're seeing all these different things happen, we're seeing Lydia, and just how this all starts to kind of go together. You see the you know, the real estate, the industrial place where, like I said, it's commercial laundry, where you know, Walt and Jesse cook, which is really cool. And you know, the guy they beat up from the first season of the guy Nacho beats up from the first season of Breaking Bad, really great. One of his guys gets spooked, and you know, it's just really cool. It makes you think, like, as Jesse was one of those other guys. I don't remember exactly who was under who there, how that all went, but just really cool stuff, right? All these little, you know, characters they're bringing in. Wouldn't that be cool if we could ever see Jesse? I don't think we ever would, but that would be crazy, because you know, Aaron Paul's kind of a big star now. But you know, just really great stuff. I love all the characters they're bringing in. It's just hilarious. Really well done, really well thought out, and it really feels natural seeing what happens in Breaking Bad later on and what's kind of leading up to it here in these prequel events. So Nacho returns to Hector with the drugs, though Hector wants a new smuggling route and decides to use Nacho's father's upholstery business as a front over Nacho's objections. Hector then has a panic attack after he receives news that Tuco was involved in a prison stabbing, of course. And Nacho takes advantage of the confusion to steal one of Hector's medication pills. After personally bidding a year's farewell to his clients, Jimmy must figure out what to do with his remaining television commercial slots. With the help of his college film crew, he uses a legal loophole to sell the slots via a new series of commercials in which Jimmy poses as a character named Saul Goodman. I love how at the end he doesn't say like Better Call Saul. He says it like in like a way that doesn't match at all. It's like supposed to be so amateurish, right? Like this is his first version and he hasn't figured out his taglines that work yet. So really this episode, man, this was an awesome episode. The final 2 minutes are just absolutely hysterical. I mean, I was on the floor laughing. I laughed so hard, you know. And of course, there's a lot of good setup in it as well too, because you have the stuff going on with Nacho and his dad now, Hector and Gus and Lydia, and just how all these things are kind of coming together and filming that. You know, it's really like, you know, sometimes people will say, like, which one should you watch first? Should you watch, like, you know, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, should you watch Better Call Saul first? And I think, like, you definitely have to have seen all of Breaking Bad to really appreciate all the things that they're putting into Better Call Saul. And even I, to be honest, I should watch it again because it's been so many years since I've gone through and watched, like, the first season and that. But just for the characters that are being introduced and to see it get set up to sync with Breaking Bad, man, I should really go back and just watch it again. It's just so much fun, and the commercial in this one just had me rolling. So excited to see what happens next. Of course, we got 4 episodes left of this season. Excited to see what happens with Chuck. We got a couple episodes coming up. One's called Slip, one's called Fall. You know, I don't know. I'm just really wondering what's going to happen with Chuck. Is he going to make it, or is something bad going to happen to him in the next little while? Like maybe before the end of the season or something. I really feel like they've used Chuck a lot in the series, and now that him and Jimmy are against each other, and Jimmy's career's gotten screwed up because of Chuck, I really can't see how they're going to work Chuck into the story. But you know, we'll have to see how they kind of figure that out and place that out. Otherwise, you know, I would think maybe he'll be killed off pretty soon or something, or who knows, or go into a state where, you know, he has a total mental breakdown and has to be committed or something. I really don't know. So in terms of the score for this one, I'm going to give it a 9.3. Awesome episode. The final 2 minutes were absolutely hilarious. I loved it, and some really great build up here, some really great setup for really, you know, just getting closer to more Breaking Bad. It's feeling more like Breaking Bad. I don't want to say like every episode is pretty much feeling more like Breaking Bad all the time. So really loving it. Really glad they brought Gus back. And with him, you know, just so much awesomeness happening. You know, aside from Jimmy, it really feels like the show is more, to me, it feels like it's more filled out now. You know, there's more things happening in it. They don't have to kind of stretch out the lawyer stuff too much. They can really, you know, give Jimmy the stuff you need to see, but then they can also have this other stuff that's going on with the cartel and with Gus and Hector. So, awesome episode. I absolutely loved it. If you guys liked it, leave a comment below. Let me know. If you like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. Appreciate it as always, guys. Thanks for watching the videos, and of course, we'll have another video for Better Call Saul next week for episode 7 review, and you know, any discussion topics you guys want to discuss, maybe we could do a Q&A. Leave some questions below, anything you guys want to discuss or talk about. Any Easter eggs you guys saw or things from Breaking Bad characters, that kind of deal. What do you think? Write in the comments below. A lot of fun to discuss. That'll be it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.
You better subscribe.